Hello everybody. I thought I would do a flashlight kind of review since I love flashlights and Christmas lights, and this is flashlights obviously. I've loved flashlights forever, and I have a lot of different kinds, and I've had lots of different kinds and tried lots, but I'm not like into getting the crazy expensive ones. Also, I'm kind of frugal with stuff, get a good deal, and have a decent one that has a good runtime and brightness. That's important, and easy to get batteries. A lot of these just take AA's now, which is nice. I've got some from stores, some from eBay, Amazon, just different areas. Even at Ross they had these really expensive kind of one. I'll show you a couple of them, and they were on sale at Ross just randomly. But it's important to have some good flashlights in your vehicle, in your house, and know the runtime and know the brightness. That way you're not all of a sudden without light when you need it. And there's also a few emergency lights too. So I kind of grouped them by brand. So let's start here in the top left. This one and this one are the Airvo brand, and they've been around for a long time. Police and firefighters are using these. They come in rechargeable packs of like 6 in like a suitcase that can always be charging in their vehicle. So they have different settings, different types of lights. They're crush proof, waterproof. They stay on the last setting once you turn it off, once you hold the button and turn it back off. So this one will probably be on its last setting I had it at. So it's like a multi-flash. We'll go back to being off. So there's off. There's on. It's really bright when it's, obviously on a vehicle pointed down the road. Back and forth. Strobing. Blinking. And then it also has, both of these have SOS mode. And then just steady on and off. And it has a magnetic charger that attaches, and you can have it charge in the vehicle or USB in the house. And it has a little lanyard and a little belt hook. And then the same brand, it probably is on that last setting I had it at. So let's start back at 0. So the first setting is kind of, I think, back and forth. If it was like sitting, yeah, back and forth I think. And then a multi-flash. And this one has LEDs pointing up and down, so it could kind of be up on a vehicle, and if you're at an angle it'll get different traffic coming. It'll point to them. This one kind of rotates around. And then this one is a SOS. And then steady on and off. Now these charge I think in an hour or two, and I think they last, for the different settings, if you looked at the instructions, the different settings show how many hours they last on different modes. So I think like the blinking, that one, you get the most hours, which is like 12 hours or more. I forget what it is. I have to look at their website or their instruction booklet for Airvo, A-E-R-V-O-E. That's the brand right there, Airvo. So both of those, and there's lots that are like those. Like I have 2 of these, and I've gotten these for my family. These were just like in a 3-pack at AutoZone. I don't think the brand is on here. They're similar. The LEDs are only pointed out the side. There's a flashlight on the top. So it has the flashlight, and then a flash, another flash, another flash. So that would take the least amount of battery, a beacon. And then it has all the way around, which would be good for on the side of the road. And then blinking and solid on, dimmer, solid on. And only 2, like to use kind of like for a dark flashlight, so your eyes aren't messed with and so people don't see as much. And then off. So I have 2 of those. They have a magnet on the back. They also have a hook so you can hang it. And the nice thing about these for flares, kind of, that the police and firefighters are using them for, you can actually stack them together. For using them for flares, instead of actual flares is good, especially during the summer, because obviously you could start a wildfire with the flares, regular flares. Regular flares are not good for the earth. They have ingredients in them that are bad for the runoff. Once the rain hits them, they're just dangerous. Unless you're careful with them, but they're still kind of dangerous. And then of course you got to make sure these are charging, and they will turn off by themselves once they're done charging. The light turns green, I think, or red, I forget. So you don't overcharge them. So you can leave them charging in your vehicle all the time, so it's ready. If you're worried about the battery not being ready when you need it, like a flare, you just light. So these are kind of nice. And then next we'll go over here to the two Colemans I have. These are both Coleman divides. So these were randomly at Ross, or actually this one was at Ross. I got one from my uncle too. And then the headlamp, I got my parents one, or a couple, and my brother one. I just got those on eBay. So this is a Coleman divide. I put this, which now it's split, this rubber around it to grip better, and it gets really cold in the winter in my car because it's all metal, which is kind of nice. It's like a mag light you can hit somebody with if you need to. So anyway, the Coleman divides, there's a way to divide, if it'll focus. Won't focus. There we go. There's a way to divide the battery in storage, that way it's not wasting, because all your flashlights, if they don't have this divide, they're all kind of wasting battery as they sit where they're at with their batteries in it not being used. So you actually spin this to get rid of the red line, and now, whoops, now you can use it. It has high, which, I wonder if the batteries are getting low. This one has been with the same batteries for years now, I think, because I never use this flashlight. I keep it with the divide on in my car just in case. Okay, there we go. So it's really bright lumens. I think this one has high and low. And I think it has a little bit of orange peel in the reflector to help the light dispersal. It has high and low, and I believe the high was like 250 or 300, and then the low was, you know, like half that. And it takes 4 AA's, which is nice. A lot of these are only AA's, so you can find those anywhere. You know, I got a huge pack of them in my car just in case to replace for some of this and some in my house. I don't remember the run time for the high and low. I think the high was probably like, I don't know, 12 hours, and the low maybe half that, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. And I forget which model of the Coleman divide this is. There's lots of different ones now. They even have ones that you just push the switch to turn the flashlight on, and that reconnects the batteries, and you turn it off, and that divides the batteries, so you don't have to spin this. So it's kind of nice to be able to have the batteries divide in storage. And then this Coleman divide LED headlamp is nice also. You just pop that out, and there's the divide, and then you can't press the light on, and it has the strap for your head, and this tilts down from the base to tilt down from your head. And then when you need it, you just pop it closed, and then you have red lights. It wouldn't be blinking. It's blinking in the video, but it's not blinking to my eyes. Low, or red, low, and then high. So red, low, high. And they're pretty bright. They take, I think, 3 AA's. And you just open this up right here. Maybe. You just open the back panel up. Yep, 3 AA's. And I think there's a little seal around the inside. So it's somewhat water resistant, I think. Most of these are water resistant. So this one, I forget the lumens and the runtime, but I'm pretty sure the lumens, like on high, was something around almost 200, and the runtime like 11 hours, and then low was like half that lumen, but way more hours. I don't know if I said that right for this one. Obviously on low, you're gonna have more runtime for the lumens, and then the higher lumens, you're gonna have less runtime for the batteries. I don't know if I said that wrong. I've had these for a while, so I don't remember exactly the lumens and the runtime. Anyway, this one isn't the brightest lumen one they have, but it's still really bright. But the nice thing is on low, its runtime is like a lot. I'm pretty sure it was like I don't know, 30 or 40 hours on low. And then the red obviously is way more hours. There's low and then high. You just have to look for these online, and then the stats will be on there on the packaging for those. And then I have this random Nebo brand. Will it focus? I don't know if the candle in the background is messing this up. So it's Nebo. So it's a Nebo Big Larry, and this also takes AA's, I believe, 2 of them or 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Wow. They have Nebo batteries. So these are nice lights. They have tons of different kinds. This was just at a hardware store in a couple towns over that I used to commute by and stop and look at their stuff. So this has high, low, and then red flashing. Has a big magnet. You know, it can stick on the side of your car easily to work on your tires if you're stuck on the side of the road, or signal for help, whatever. And I do not at all remember the lumens or the runtime for this. They were decent. It's pretty hefty. It's all metal besides the plastic covering the LED. So it's a Nebo Big Larry, and they have tons of different lights that are really cool, what their functions are. But I only have one, and it's camouflage. Then we'll come down here. This was just a little light my brother had given me. I actually used this above my sink in the cabin to actually see myself in the mirror. It has a hook, has a magnet, just 3 AAA's. It has red, regular light, and then flashing red, and it's pretty bright. So it's a nice little flashlight. I don't think it said any lumens or runtime for that. And then next, I think my only Coast brand flashlight. They have these all over now. They used to be just online, I think. This is a older one. We've had it. My brother has the same one. He got me this, and he got himself one. It's a LED Lenser T7. So this was probably from over 10 years ago. It has the focus that's, whoops. Oh yeah. You just pull it out for zooming in, and then push it back for having flood. So this, again, I don't totally remember the lumens. I think the lumens for high was like, I don't know, over 300, and low, I don't even know. You can just look online. Obviously this isn't the best review because I don't remember all the stats. It's been so long. I've had lots of these flashlights, but anyway, it has when you press the tail cap button, it has ultra mode. I forget what they call it. I think it's ultra. And that's a little bit brighter than if you continue pressing the button and let go, it dims a little bit. But anyway, that's high. You can have it pointed in, you can have it flooded out. And then you have low, which is pretty low, so you can have your battery life go a long time with that. And at any point, you can just press the tail cap without clicking it, just press it down a little bit, and that gives you that ultra. I forget what they call it. And it has a lanyard, little wrist strap. Has really good connection points in here. Excuse me. It takes 4 AAA's. It has these nice copper, I think gold copper connection points on the top instead of just a spring. And then down here it's just the main plate that it connects to, so there's no spring. Really good flashlights. It seems like they've gone to those nice connection points instead of just a silver spring. So that's a Coast LED Lenser T7 flashlight. And you pull this in and out, and it makes all the reflectors move in there to make it spot and flood. These two, oh no, I gotta grab one more flashlight. Hold on. Okay, I had one more flashlight in my car, I forgot. So these 2 flashlights I got on eBay years ago. This is just a cheap, like $12 1000 lumen flashlight, and I don't remember the runtime at all. It's a weird name, and then Ultrafire, and then the model of it, if it'll focus. That's it. So this one and this one take the same battery, and it has a I got new batteries from a long time ago and then a recharger thing for it. So they take this kind of weird Ultrafire battery. It's 4200 milliamp, which is pretty crazy for this little battery compared to like a portable little charger for your phone, which could be pretty big little power bank, but not even be 4200 milliamps. So I don't know if that's true. Anyway, this is a cool little light. It has a belt clip on it that you can remove. But this one, once it warms up, sometimes it has to warm up, and it did have a little attachment to disperse the light differently, but this is actually a crazy green laser. And once it warms up, it'll stay bright. This is bright when I first let go of the trigger, but a lot of times this one at least seems like it has to warm up. And this will be where you can see the line, like in the dark. You can actually see the line like a lightsaber. See right there, you can kind of see the line. My cat's gonna start chasing this. So these get really bright, they can go really far. You don't want to mess with these, pointing them in the sky or anything, because this is what people get in trouble with, pointing them towards planes or people's eyes. This would be good mounted to like a gun for self-defense, or whatever you decide. Playing with your animals, just don't shine them in your eyes. And ones like this are pretty powerful where they can light stuff on fire. I've never felt it burn, but I've never held it long enough. So it's just kind of a cool green laser light. And then the Ultrafire flashlight kind of has a little self-defense bevel around the edge. It takes that same battery. This one is really nice, cheap flashlight from eBay years ago, and it has 1000 lumens, so that's really bright. It says it's 1000. And then you go down and it's medium, low, strobe, which is good for self-defense, and then SOS light, and then back to high. The nice thing is this has a nice little rubber tail cap. It has a nice click when you do it. You can, without clicking all the way, you can kind of press it a little bit and change through the different modes. And then once you're on a certain mode, it'll stay on that mode as long as you don't switch it really quick. So if I go down to low and I turn it off, wait a few seconds, then if I need the flashlight again, it'll stay on that last mode you had. Some flashlights cycle back to their first mode, which is kind of annoying. I'll show you on this next flashlight. So those are nice little lights. And then this one is just like a $12 Quantum little flashlight from Harbor Freight. They have tons of different flashlights. Now they have some pretty amazing ones for pretty cheap. It has a self-defense bevel around the edge, has the zooming in and out for your spot to flood. It has high, medium, and strobe, a nice little click button on the back. So there's a nice flood. You could light up all the woods with that and then zoom in if you want. That's high. And then you can press it without clicking it just to switch it down to low, which isn't that much lower. And then strobe for self-defense. But if you turn it off and then turn it back on a little bit later, it's not going to be on that last setting. It goes automatically to the next setting, or to the beginning at high. But it's a nice little flashlight for a decent price, 12 something at Harbor Freight. They got some good flashlights. This light was cool. I got this at Grocery Outlet. I got a similar one from my parents. This one is USB. You can rotate it whichever way you need to plug it in. It has a little night light down here that's LED and a little button, and a sensor that it'll come on automatically, the night light come on automatically when it gets dark in your room. I put this black tape around it because in my cabin in the summer, all the bugs come in my windows, or just come in through the cabin without the windows, or not through the windows. And so I try and distract them over to this little nightlight area instead of over by me where I'm sleeping, so they kind of come up and fly around, and I just have this to kind of block the light from waking me up or making it to where I can't go to sleep. And then I also put light around here because this plastic was kind of glowing around here and I wanted it darker. But this is a nice little light. You can connect this obviously to any USB port in your house, and when the power goes out, then your light turns on automatically. Or if you have this plugged in and you pull your lamp, your flashlight off the charger, your light comes on high. You have high and low and off. And this is flood to zoom, which is pulling the head back and forth just like the other flashlights. So this was just like, I don't know, less than $10 I think at Grocery Outlet, maybe $7.99. So that was really cool. Little random emergency light. I use this to go out and turn the generator off at night, and then come back to the cabin. That way I have some light coming back to the cabin. Besides my motion light for the porch, which kind of points the other way. So that's a nice little light. I've had similar ones to this before. This one's a Black & Decker. There was a gray and green one, I think. That was a Rayovac. They used to have at Walmart. This one I think I got on eBay. I've gotten these before at stores. They don't really have these anymore. These were amazing LED spotlights. They take 4C batteries, so they last so long. There's only high and low, and you can kind of see there's the spot and a flood area, and they actually go really far into the woods across the fields. They have a good brightness and run time. I think the brightness was like maybe 150, so not that bright, but it points really good. It has good focus, so it goes really far. So maybe on high it was like 150 brightness and maybe like 15 hours or something, and then low was maybe like around 80 or 90 lumens for brightness, but on low I'm pretty sure the package had said 35 or 40 hours, something like that. So that's amazing off of just 4C batteries. So I mean, you could even have one of these in your house in an emergency and point it up towards the ceiling and turn it on, and then your room's lit up. So I just keep that in my door in my car. Half of these I keep in my car and a few in my house. Actually, most of these are in my car and then a few in my house. So that was the Black & Decker, nice little spotlight. I have my parents have 2 of them, and then my brother has the other one that I used to have, the Rayovac gray and green one, and they're just 4C batteries. These 2 were really nice. It's this Yuko brand. These are usually expensive. This was randomly at Ross again. First I found, I think the lamp and then the headlamp. So these are really nice. It's kind of cool. They have wood. This one has wood on it. This is the headlamp of theirs. Just this part goes forward. The battery stays against your head. So that's kind of nice. And the switch is right on it. It has high, or low, medium, and high. Yeah. So low, medium, and high. And they're pretty bright. It has 3 AAAs. The runtime, I don't remember if the runtime was on the package for this. So I don't think I have any idea of the brightness and runtime. Which usually I don't buy a flashlight unless it says the lumens and the runtime for each lumen for each mode. So that's a nice little Yuko. Does that say? I don't know. Maybe that doesn't say Yuko. This says Yuko. That's weird. I thought that said it. Oh, it says it on the strap maybe? Oh yeah. And then this says it right there. So anyway, that's just a nice little headlamp. Low, medium, and high. And this one doesn't stay on its setting that you had it at last. It goes back to the next setting the next time you use it, I think, or it starts over, but it doesn't stay where you had it. So this is amazing. This Yuko lamp has this really cool magnet strap thing. You can take this camping or whatever. I have it next to my bed in my off-grid cabin. That's what I have for a light next to my bed, because once the generator's off, I don't have a light by the bed. So this big, strong magnet, I mean, it takes some effort to get it off. You could wrap this around a pole or a tree. All you would obviously do is do that and say it's hanging from the tree. And then there you go, and your lamp's hanging. So really nice, strong magnet and hanging thing. Take camping or whatever. So this is really cool. It's, I think, 3D batteries. So I have not switched these batteries in years. I've used this in the cabin for over half a year, and then I've used it camping. And I have another set of D batteries ready for it, but I haven't needed to switch it yet. There's a certain way this has to go in. So it's lasting a long, long time. I think it's weather resistant like all these. And it's very nice how... Is that locking, kind of? I guess so. This has wood right here. It's kind of cool. So this has a turn dial lamp, like a lot of lamps now. It's kind of stylish. It has this cut off top here. The cool thing is, it has this night light, which I think the runtime, if you just used these 3D batteries new and this night light, I think it was 300 or 400 hours off of those batteries and off this night light. And then you turn it the other way and there's low for your lamp. I'm pretty sure this was also like 300 hours on low. But you can start turning the dial and turn it up really bright. You can hang it upside down, turn your dial back down if you want just some light at camp or whatever you're doing with it, like I have here in the cabin next to my bed. And each time you start turning it a little bit, it goes brighter and brighter and then dimmer. So it's a nice little lamp. It's pretty cool. And that was, these are usually like 30 or 40 or more online. This was like $12 at Ross or something years ago. I don't totally remember the pricing, but sometimes you'll find these things at places like Ross or TJ Maxx or Big Lots or whatever. So now we'll move into the Energizer, I think is all I have left. So Energizers I've discovered are pretty good. They're really water resistant. They have good lumens mixed with good run times. There's tons of different models. I got quite a few models right here. So first we'll start off with their lamp. I found they have different ones like this. Years ago at Fred Meyer I found, and then I found this at Grocery Outlet on sale, or just cheaper than it would have been in the store a long time ago. I don't even know if they have these in the stores anymore. So this is the Energizer. These are all hard case brands, so they can take a beating. This is a nice lamp. It's kind of weird how it disperses the light in these grooved holes up here. It disperses the light really nice. You have high and off. But these switches on a lot of these Energizer flashlights that look like this, you hold down the switch and you can dim the light to where you want. Hold down the switch, keep dimming it down, there's the lowest, and then hold down and it goes back up to where you want it, or you can just turn it off. You can carry it like that as you're going around, carry it like that so you don't blind yourself in an emergency, or you can have it up like this. The nice thing is it has this stand, so you can kind of stand it there and have the light kind of doing whatever you want. So it's just this stand, or you can just stand it up like that. Really nice and flat. I actually keep that one in my car because I have this other Yuko lamp next to my bed. So that one's in my car, and I forget the runtime and the lumens. I think the lumens were probably high was like, I don't know, 150 or something, and goes down to low probably around like, I don't know, 50 lumens or something. And the runtime was decent. I don't remember, man. I should have wrote that down on this stuff because I don't have the packaging anymore. It'd be good to know. But I always have extra batteries just in case. The nice thing about these and some other ones of theirs like this, you can run it on either 4 AA's or 8 AA's. So that's kind of nice. If you don't have enough batteries, you can still run it and use it. Or if you have more batteries, you can run it for longer. And then I love this one. I got my parents' one too. I always was looking at this for years, never got it. It's the Energizer hard case spotlight. This one's 600 lumens on high, and it lasts like 6 hours. And then low, I think low was like 200 lumens and lasts like 15 hours maybe. It's kind of crazy how they have it. It's like some of the other Energizer lights. This one's not so crazy, it's just normal LED spotlight. But this one is like on some of these other small hard case lights that I really like, the task lights. They have this cutout lens that does something to disperse the light differently to down to the LED, and you can actually feel it. It's a cutout plastic lens. So the amazing thing is that this takes AA's. Also, it takes 6 AA's. You unscrew the back here and put your 6 AA's in. It came with the nice thing about all these Energizer hard case flashlights, they all come with batteries, it seems like, in all the packaging. So this has high and low, and that's it. But man, it goes far. It's like pretty much the farthest spotlight I've had from my parents going across their field to like see the coyotes or the horses or whatever. I think the brightest spotlight I've had since back in the day when I had a Cyclops 15 million candle power huge halogen light from Costco, like over 10 years ago. Whoops. Over 10 years ago, and that thing lit up the whole valley. But these are just nice to spotlight the coyotes, get them to leave to leave the fields down by the barn so they don't mess with the horses or anything, just to get them to go away. So yeah, it's a nice Energizer Hard Max spotlight. And then we have an Energizer hard case. I don't know if I said Hard Max for that. Hard case. Energizer hard case spotlight. And then this is an Energizer, I forget what this one's called. I don't think this one's called the Task Light. I'm pretty sure these nice ones, I love these 5 are the Task Lights. This one's kind of a cool, has a magnet, takes 2 AA's, has kind of a cool lens here, rotating head. So this would be good for changing your tire on the side of the road or working on stuff. It has high, low, and off, but you can also hold down the trigger and bring it down to whatever dimness that you want. But the second you turn it off, then it goes back to being how it is, high, low, and then off. And I don't remember at all the lumens or the runtime for this, but it's a nice little, it's not the strongest magnet right there, but nice little light. And then we'll switch to this one. These are amazing lights. It's an Energizer hard case light. It takes 4 AA's. All these take 4 AA's, it seems like. Or they do. Yeah, all these Energizers just take 4 AA's. Or not 4 AA's, they take AA's. So this one's really nice. Has a place here you can put your lanyard. You can hold it nice like this. Has a dual lens. This top bigger lens has a cutout. This little lens down here is actually a floodlight lens. It's pretty amazing. You can dim this light by holding down the trigger. And the runtime, I forget, it's pretty bright lumens, decent runtime. So you can turn it on like that, and it has both lenses on. Press it again, and it turns off the spotlight and just keeps your flood, which you wouldn't believe. I mean, the flood lights up everywhere, and there's not really an edge to it. It kind of fades out, and then off. You can turn it back on, and you can start dimming both of those while you're on that. Hold down the trigger until it goes down to its lowest, or wherever you want it in between. Press it again, and then there's the flood, and that was, I think, at dim, and then now it's bringing it back up. So you could have just the flood at the brightest if you want, or just have both, and then just the flood, and then off, which is what I usually use. And I don't remember the lumens or the runtime for this, but they are really nice. You can get all these lights decent price on eBay or Amazon compared to in stores, which I don't even know if they have these in stores anymore. Oh, I have one more light out in my quad, I forgot again, and it's an Energizer light. Similar to this, it's a hard case one. I don't think I'll bring it in here and show you guys because there was kind of some problems with them. Those are the first ones I kind of found. They're a little bit bigger than this. They're a good hard case Energizer, takes 4 AA's just like this. They just have high, low, and off. And they have a nice metal clip on the back to hook onto your pants. They go actually pretty far. They have a, it's kind of like this, like a spotlight pretty far. But 2 of them are made differently than the other ones. I think my dad has one and my mom has 2 that are the okay ones. I had 2 others that were bad. One I kind of fixed and put it in my quad just in case. And some of these do this also. You have to be careful because the one that I have that I'm talking about, when you're using the flashlight, if this back end, this tail cap for the batteries, if it barely loosens a little bit, like barely, then the light turns off, and I didn't realize that's what was going on. So I think for the one I fixed, and then the other one I don't know if we trashed it or something. So this one though, you can turn it that much before it turns off. There's a click. If you turn it a little bit right here, it's fine. I haven't taped this. I've taped it before just to be safe. But these I taped. This one's not really good tape. That one was just for my off-grid bathroom back here, just in case. These I have all in my car. I have them taped. That way you don't turn the tail cap a little bit and all of a sudden have the light turn off. As long as you know why it's turned off, then you can fix it instantly. But if you're running around and you need your flashlight, you can't worry about making sure the tail cap's tight. So that's kind of bad because some flashlights you have to turn it a little bit before it starts turning off the flashlight. So these 3 are the first 3 I think I had. I think I had 1 and then maybe got 2 more. And then I found even 2 more because they're awesome on eBay or Amazon. So these are nice little Energizer hard case task lights. I don't know why this is not focusing today. There we go. And these have the kind of cutout LED spot right there to help with the light disbursement. Kind of gives your light kind of a all over area, not just flood or spot. So they just have high, you can kind of see how powerful that is, high, low, and off. These don't dim, you can't hold down the trigger and dim it, it's just high, low, and off. Now the amazing thing is these ones, they're kind of the blue, cool white LED output. Can't really tell right here, but outside it's kind of the blue white LED flashlights, which some people don't like, but a lot of the flashlights are like that now. The amazing thing is that just this has 2 AA's. It comes with, of course, just like all these Energizers, 2 AA's, and this one, and this one, my first 3 of these, the brightness, the lumens, I think was 250 lumens for high, and low was 100 something. But on high, you only get 5 hours of runtime, but really bright. But then on low, you get 50 hours of runtime, I think it said, on just these 2 AA's. So you could easily do a lot of stuff with it being on low, whether it's in your vehicle or your house, say the power went out or whatever, and know that you're going to have 50 hours out of 2 AA batteries on low. Or you can go up to high if you need to check something out really quick, or blind somebody if they're coming at you. So that's great. So this one, this one, they're all the same, and they're the kind of cool blue. They have a nice feel in your hand too. You can hold it like this, or you're gonna hold it like this, like a task light. Inspectors use these sometimes to inspect homes and stuff. And then these 2 are the same. They have a little bit more brightness for high and probably low. I think even better runtime or the same runtime, but these 2 are not the cool blue, and their trigger has a little bit of a click to it when you press it. I found these also online, probably a year or 2 after I found those 3. So these 2 are kind of nice, because if you don't like that cool blue, white, that cool white, whatever they call it, that a lot of flashlights have, this is more of a regular flashlight, a regular bulb we used to use in flashlights, not LED. But it is LED, and it has the same cutout for the disbursement of the light. These kind of give you, like, not, like I said, not flood or spot, but kind of just all over. And they go really far into the woods when I shine them outside of the woods. Has high and low. And a nice click for that. So this one's the same also. So it's nice to have kind of a regular looking flashlight when you're looking with the light, if you don't like the cool white or cool blue, cool white, I forget what they call it. I should know since I love lights. I mean, I'm not like crazy about lights, but obviously I love flashlights and I love Christmas lights, but I don't know like all the details. But anyway, this was just my lights I have here. They're kind of random different lights, and there's so many more out there. Excuse me. And I've had others throughout the years that have somehow died, or the batteries leaked inside and I couldn't save it, and I threw them away. And, but I hope this helps you out of figuring out which kind of lights you would like. Again, it's important to figure out the brightness that you want, the lumens, and the runtime. You kind of want a good balance. You don't want necessarily like 1,000 lumens and then your runtime's only 2 hours or 3 hours. Those flashlights, it's not going to be that much runtime. By the time you're using that light, say you're broken down or whatever, and you might not have backup batteries. So a better lumen would be like 300, 400 lumens, and then have a runtime that's over 10 hours. And flashlights that have magnets or clips or whatever, or headlamps, because you don't want to be necessarily holding the flashlight in your mouth trying to see, or setting it down, having it roll away, or not pointing at what you need if you're on the side of the road trying to change a car tire or whatever the situation may be. So good luck picking out your flashlights, but flashlights are awesome. Okay, bye-bye. I think I totally forgot about the pricing for the Energizers. I don't know if I said that for any of them. So this was randomly at Grocery Outlet. They used to be like over $25. This was like $12. This big one, I think I got it for like $14 maybe. Usually more than that they used to be. these are only, like, you can get a 2-pack of these for maybe $20, so $10 a piece is not bad, because these used to be, I think, over $14 for one. So you can find single ones for like $12, or like 2 packs for $20 or $21. This one I think was under $10. And then the Spotlight, pretty sure was like $19.99 on Amazon. I think they always have this, or they did. They have it on eBay too, but I think I found it on Amazon. And I have a couple of them, one for my parents and one for me. So anyway, I forgot the prices for the Energizers. But all these are pretty good price. If you look on eBay or Amazon, like I said, you can find the best deal. Just look around, and or if you want to go into the stores and get some, but they can be more spendy. But like I said, just pay attention to the lumens and the runtime. That way you have a decent brightness, but also a decent battery life on the batteries that you have in your flashlight. That way you know you'll have some light in some dark situations. Okay, bye-bye. I also forgot to show I do have this awesome LED emergency light with magnets from the top of my vehicle. I had taped off the top so sunlight doesn't get in there if I need it. From the side of the road if I'm broken down. Good magnets I wrapped up because the other protectors came off. It has a memory in different modes for what you have it on your last mode. But it's a really amazing bright LED emergency light for on top of your vehicle, and it was only like $40 or less on Amazon years ago. So, and it has like a 10-foot nice cord, so I can mount it right on top of my vehicle in case there was an emergency and it broke down on the side of the road. So, along with all the other emergency stuff I have and different things in my car and home, but this was also in my car and I wanted to show you guys this, so it's pretty awesome. Okay.